Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking you on a complete airport journey with me, from the moment I arrive until I board the plane. Airports can feel overwhelming, exciting, sometimes a little stressful, but they're also full of unique little moments that you might not notice if you're in a rush. Before we dive in, I want to share a little about how I feel every time I arrive at an airport. There's this mix of excitement and anticipation, a tiny bit of nervousness too. It's the beginning of a new adventure, a new journey. Whether it's a business trip, a vacation, or just exploring a new city, every airport has its own personality. So today, I'm going to show you everything. The sights, the sounds, the little tips I've learned over the years, and even some funny or strange things that happen along the way. Let's start this journey together, step by step, as if you're right here with me. As I pull up to the airport, the first thing I notice is the energy. Cars are arriving and leaving constantly. Taxis are honking, buses are unloading travelers with their suitcases, and people are moving in all directions. The building itself looks huge, modern, and full of glass reflecting the morning sun. Walking toward the entrance, I hear the hum of conversations in multiple languages, luggage wheels rolling on the floor, and distant announcements echoing through the terminal. There's something almost magical about this moment. It's like stepping into a city within a city, a place full of stories waiting to unfold. Once inside, I take a moment to look around. Families are saying goodbye with hugs and tears. Solo travelers are focused on their phones or tickets. Business people are moving quickly with their briefcases. I can't help but feel a little thrill. I'm part of this organized chaos, ready to begin my journey. One time, I remember arriving late and watching a huge crowd check in all at once. It was stressful but also funny, seeing people trying to balance suitcases, passports, and coffee cups. Today, I have a bit more time, so I'm just soaking it all in. This is the first step in any airport adventure. Noticing the little details that make it alive. Next comes the check-in process. I head to the counter with my ticket and passport, and the friendly staff greets me with a smile. I place my luggage on the scale, and instantly I feel that familiar mini heart race. Is it under the weight limit? Luckily, everything is fine. But I always double-check before leaving home to avoid that last-minute panic. The check-in process is straightforward but full of small details. I hand over my ID and ticket. The agent types some information, prints my boarding pass, and tags my luggage. It's interesting to watch how smoothly the staff handle multiple travelers at once. It's almost like a choreographed dance. One tip I've learned over the years is to have all your documents ready and easily accessible. Nothing slows you down more than scrambling for your passport or boarding pass when the line is moving. Also, labeling your luggage clearly can save a lot of stress later at your destination. While waiting in line, I notice a little girl clutching a stuffed animal, a couple arguing softly over where they placed their passports, and an elderly man looking confused but happy with the process. Each of these moments reminds me that everyone has a story here. Maybe they're traveling for a wedding, a vacation, or even a life-changing opportunity. I remember one time a passenger accidentally dropped a huge pile of boarding passes, papers flying everywhere. It was chaotic but also funny, and the staff handled it calmly. Airports are full of these tiny moments that could be stressful, but they often turn into little stories to laugh about later. Once my luggage is checked in, I feel a sense of relief. One step done, and now it's time to move on to security and passport control. Security is the part that most travelers dread, but I've come to see it as an interesting ritual. I approach the checkpoint, place my bag on the conveyor belt, take off my shoes, jacket, and belt, and watch as the scanner beeps softly. It's all very procedural, but also strangely fascinating. People around me are doing the same, adjusting belts, emptying pockets, holding passports, and trying to remember the liquid rules. I always make sure my liquids are in a clear bag, easily reachable. It saves a lot of time and stress. Passing through the metal detector, I feel that brief moment of tension, then relief, when I step out and collect my things. Every airport has slightly different procedures, but the basic process is always about safety and efficiency. At passport control, the officers are checking visas, stamping passports, and asking quick questions. I try to keep calm, smile politely, and answer clearly. Observing other travelers here is fascinating. Some are nervous, some are chatty, some are completely relaxed. One memorable experience I had was when a fellow passenger accidentally showed the wrong passport. A moment of confusion, but it ended with laughter once the situation was clarified. These little human moments make airports more than just buildings. They make them alive. After clearing security and passport control, I feel like I've officially entered the airport world, free to explore, relax, and prepare for the flight. Now comes the fun part, moving around the airport. I follow the signs to my gate, walking past shops, cafes, and lounges. The floors echo with the sounds of rolling luggage, footsteps, and announcements. I notice the colorful advertisements and the variety of shops, from luxury brands to local souvenirs. Sometimes I like to take a small detour and explore. Maybe I grab a coffee or a snack, or just sit on a bench and watch people pass by. Airports are full of little corners that can be surprisingly peaceful if you know where to look. I also pay attention to the screens showing flight information, gates, boarding times, and any delays. Keeping an eye on these helps avoid stress later. Even small details like where the restrooms or charging stations are located can make the experience smoother. For me, walking through the airport is almost like a mini adventure. Every corner has something to see. Every announcement is a tiny reminder of the global network of travel connecting people everywhere. As I arrive at my gate, I find a comfortable spot to sit. The waiting area is full of travelers, some reading, some talking on their phones, some quietly watching the planes outside. The atmosphere is a mix of anticipation and calm. Watching the activity around me is interesting. Flight attendants are preparing for boarding, passengers are queuing, and the boarding gate staff are giving instructions with practiced efficiency. The sounds of rolling luggage, announcements, and distant engines create a unique soundtrack that only airports have. I like to use this waiting time wisely, maybe reviewing my travel plan, catching up on emails, or just observing people. Sometimes, unexpected interactions happen. A fellow traveler might ask for help with directions, or a child might point excitedly at a plane taking off. I always try to savor this moment. The waiting period is more than just idle time. It's the calm before the adventure takes off. It's a chance to reflect, observe, and mentally prepare for the journey ahead. When the boarding announcement comes, excitement builds. I stand up, grab my belongings, and join the queue. Walking down the jet bridge, I feel the anticipation grow. The moment of entering the plane is always special. Stepping onto the aircraft, I am greeted by smiling flight attendants. The cabin is neat, the seats arranged perfectly, and the gentle hum of pre-flight activity fills the air. I find my seat, store my bag in the overhead compartment, and settle in. Around me, passengers are taking their seats, chatting quietly, or looking out the window at the planes lined up on the tarmac. The atmosphere is a mix of routine and anticipation. Everyone is preparing for the journey ahead. I like to take a moment to observe the safety demonstrations, the crew moving efficiently through the aisle, and the quiet excitement of passengers. Even the small details like adjusting the tray table or finding a comfortable position add to the overall experience. I always tell myself to enjoy these first moments on the plane, the takeoff, the view from the window, and the realization that you're about to travel somewhere new. It's a feeling that never gets old, no matter how many flights you take. And that's the complete airport experience. From arriving at the terminal to boarding the plane, every step is full of little moments that make travel both exciting and memorable. Airports are more than just transit points. They are places of anticipation, human stories, and global connections. I hope this video gave you a sense of what it's like to navigate an airport, with all its sights, sounds, and emotions. Whether you're a frequent traveler or it's your first time, noticing these details can make your journey more enjoyable and less stressful. Thanks for coming along with me today. I'd love to hear about your own airport experiences, the funny, stressful, or unforgettable moments you've had. Until next time, safe travels and enjoy every step of the journey.